We are very proud to have Dolores from the Cranberries here in the studio. Very happy to have you here. And the people in the chat were also very happy. Hundreds and thousands of questions were asked, so we should probably get them asked quickly.
Do I have to use this?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Spaced65 wanted to know, do people recognize you on the street?
Sometimes, like I got recognised in Berlin, just in the airport, by two Italian girls, believe it or not. And sometimes, like, if it's appropriate or whatever, I'll kind of go along with it. But then if you're with your children or whatever, you kind of put your head down and you run, because you don't want, to always be a star. Sometimes you just want to be the mommy, you know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
whatever.
of course.
So it depends. Usually people are pretty cool though. I mean, they see you and they'll just go like, oh, that's blah, and they kind of leave you alone, a lot.
Does it annoy you sometimes when, I don't know, maybe when you're in a restaurant and you notice people turning around and going, hey, that's Dolores?
No, it doesn't really, but it just, like, say if you've your dinner sitting there and it's really hot and you're starving and someone comes up and starts talking and you're like, hello. And you're really into your food.
Yeah.
And, I don't mind saying, hi, how's it going? But just if people stay for 5 minutes, it's like, nice chatting to you.
Yeah.
Like whatever. But it's grand, usually.
Space65 also wants to know, how important are fans to you? Or, I mean, of course, they're the people who buy your album, so they are important in that way, but are they important in other ways? I don't know, maybe do they influence you musically sometimes as well?
Well, actually, that's one of the things about the internet, is that for somebody in my position, I got to see what they thought for a change, you know what I mean? Because usually you haven't a clue what your fans think. Like, you can read your fan mail or whatever, but what I like is that fans write to each other about gigs and stuff, and they write about what goes on backstage and stuff, and it's so interesting for me. It's like, they form packs, they get master plans on how to dodge the security guards and get backstage, all this kind of stuff. It's really funny.
Have they ever said stuff that you didn't like? I mean, like about the album that was critics maybe?
No, you know what? Because I think art is like that. Some people think it sucks. It's like, that's fine. I don't mind. You can't force anybody to like your music, and you have to be able to take it that some people aren't going to like it. They're going to think it's whatever. But I mean, if people like it, good. But it's like anything. It's like food. Music's like food. You like some things and you don't like other things, and that's it. I don't get too hot about that.
That's true, and I think a lot of people like your music. Otherwise, people wouldn't buy it. And Bury the Hatchet was a great big success last year, and it still is actually.
It's great. Yeah. Very cool.
Tommy wants to know, did you have vocal training, or do you still have vocal training? I mean, when people hear the Cranberries, or the Cranberries just because of your voice, not just only because of music.
No, I have this kind of a belief. I believe that if you're born to sing, you're born to sing, and you have it. You just have the gift. I don't really get this vocal training thing, because I think a lot of people who go for vocal training can't sing. That's why they go for training, because they're like, they can't, they just don't, And to me, like, when you go, I went then, once one of the guys from the record company got me to go, because it was in the early days and we were doing 2 gigs a night. I was singing for like 3 hours. I go on stage in front of 60 people and sing for an hour and a half, and then come off stage for half an hour and go back on again for hello. And it was like the deja vu's, 2 gigs in a row, and then come off the stage, and because times were hard and we'd no money or whatever, get blotto and sleep on the bus, crash out, So the vocal cords, one of them ripped a bit, and I was about 23. So this guy said, try this vocal lesson thing, So I went, and I just found that they take your style away anyway, It's like you go, and they go, that's bad. And you screech and they go, oh, that's bad for your voice, and you're like, yeah, but it sounds good.
Yeah. Well, I think you guys are there to probably learn a lot from Dolores, and also hear a lot about the Cranberries. So thank you very much for talking to me, and
Great,
you're going to go back and talk to the people out there in the chat, and you guys can join us under www.giga.de, and I'll be there too, and we'll talk later, and lots is going to happen in the next half an hour, so stay tuned.
The future. Cebit 2000 bei NBC Giga. Supported by euch.
Dolores von den Cranberries ist hier bei uns zu Gast und jetzt gleich schauen wir uns den Clip an zum Song Just My Imagination. Und was uns ja immer brennend interessiert, ist die Frage, ob es beim Dreh so die ein oder andere interessante Geschichte gab. Was there an interesting story happening while you were shooting the clip?
Yeah, there's one story. Usually, well, with videos and stuff, I usually choose the director and I'll talk to the director about what I wrote the song about. And between me and the director, we'll come up with a concept. Basically, I'll say, well, I see this or whatever. So on this particular video, because it was kind of more up-tempo and stuff, the record company asked us to use a director that they had, an American guy. So we said, well, okay, we'll try it, you know. So this guy came over anyway, and he was really like, you know, your eccentric mad American director or whatever, and he did a beautiful video, but he wanted me to walk in front of a car. There's a scene of a car flying down the road and I'm walking with headphones.
Yeah.
And one of the guys was doing it and saying, like this, Dolores, and he was walking out and the guy would stick on the brakes and I was like, I'm
Like
not
a stunt
doing
woman.
that. Yeah, he really wanted me to do it. I was like, no, I couldn't do it. So it was a bit of a nerve-wracking one, but I declined.
Okay.
I didn't want to get killed.
Of course. And we are happy that you didn't do that.
Very,
Aber den Clip
very
schauen wir uns
careful
trotzdem an.
about, you know, the leg and all now. I have no courage.
I
for that.
understand. Also, ganz relaxed könnt ihr euch jetzt den Clip anschauen. Hier sind die Cranberries mit Just My Imagination. Dolores von den Cranberries hier bei uns zu Gast bei NBC Giga. Die Cranberries ja lange Zeit im Geschäft, erfolgreich im Geschäft, und dann haben sie eine Pause gemacht. You made a break of 2 years and now you are back again since 1999.
Yeah.
And when you make concerts, do you also play the old songs like Zombie?
Yeah, the old
Zombie?
rockers, yeah. I mean, because, like, the crowd love them, and like, I still enjoy singing Zombie and all that, you know. Because it's like they're only from, you know, this is our 4th album, Bury the Hatchet, so Zombie's from the 2nd. It's not really that old either.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of still, you know, relatively young. I think, like, we probably play more from the 2nd album, and 3rd we probably play less from the 1st. From the 1st album we just play Dreams and Linger. Probably.
And this year you're planning a tour until June, July. And
yeah, what we're
where?
going to do is like April, May, June and July, we're going to do like as many European festivals as we possibly can. So we're still working on, you know, final negotiations with you know, getting gigs or whatever. But I know that we've locked in like Puerto Rico and we've locked in Mexico, and I know that we've locked in gigs in Spain and in Poland, Czechoslovakia. Actually, we're playing in Poland on the Pope's birthday. That'll be fun.
Great.
Yeah, that'll be kind of cool. And then we're doing German festivals and Scandinavia and, you know, the whole works.
And you got a little child.
Yeah.
Do you keep your take a child with you on tour?
Like if I'm touring in a different continent and I'm going away, I usually bring him and I leave him in a hotel and I take a jet and do the show and come back. I leave him in one place.
Yeah.
Because it's really not really great to move them every day. It's bad for kids. They like routine. So I have to kind of work around his life, you know. And then, say, when I'm in Ireland, I just fly out, do the gig, and I fly back to the child that night, you know. So it's kind of one of those things. I need my jet because I need to be with my child, but it works out great, you know. Because I can do the rock star thing and I can be the good mom and everybody's happy then, you know.
Great. Dolores hier von den Cranberries und ihr habt jetzt wieder die Möglichkeit, mit ihr zu chatten. Denkt dran, sie ist im Stars-Chat für euch jetzt wieder zu erreichen unter giga.de.
Cebit 2000 bei
Dolores from the Cranberries is here in our studio. It's so great to have you here. And just to remind you guys out there, there are 3 websites which you should go and visit if you're a fan of the Cranberries. The first one is www.thecranberries.de. The second one is www.cranberrieswithoutthe.com. And then there's another one, cranberries.ie. So, if you're a fan, and if you're not a fan, you should become one and go visit the sites. And they're all very, very nice and very cranberry, I'd like to say.
Spontane
want to know, what is more important to you, the music or the lyrics?
They're both equally important. It's like you can't have one without the other for me, you know, because at the end of the day, it's like the emotion, the feeling that comes from the music, but then what you say with the words that kind of goes with the emotion of the music. And it's like one piece then, you know, a jigsaw.
Has it happened sometimes that you're in the studio and you really love the lyrics, but you just can't find the right music to fit around it, or the other way around?
No, I always like start off with music first, right? Because say you sit down and you listen to the music, right? And say at a certain point you think, okay, or it, you know, it kind of works like that. And then you feel the music, and the music makes you think of something that happened, you know, and then you write about it. And the words fit in around the way the music meanders, you know, that kind of thing. It's all kind of intertwined, really.
So you really have you're blank before you start with the lyrics, and you have the music, or do you have a topic that you want to make want to talk about in this certain song?
Sometimes you have music, yeah, and you go, "Is it this nice soft piece of music?" But I have this particular topic that I know would work. I just have to find the words, how to phrase it, you know.
Okay. Jigsaw, I wanted to know, what's your favorite Cranberries song? I know it's a question that you've been asked lots of times, but I don't know, maybe on the new album, Bury the Hatchet?
I like a lot of them, but my favorite one right now, I think, is Dying in the Sun. I don't think we've ever had a song like that. It's so minimal. It's minimalism, you know, and it's fragile. It's very fragile, but it's really, I think, very beautiful. I love that one. Kind of proud of that one.
Do the rest of the guys in the band agree with you, or do they all have different opinions on the best song?
They have different opinions, but Fergal is rather partial to Dying in the Sun as well. He tends to be a bit, you know, he's kind of the emotional type guy. He's like, you know, one of the girls type guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, actually,
He's
we
all
were
into
sitting
all
here
that,
in the studio when you had the live concert in Paris, and all the girls thought he was very cute, but he's married, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's kind of like, as well, like he's not really, I don't know, he's just really soft and emotional, and he loves lyrics and things like that. Sometimes when he's playing drums, he cries.
Really?
Yeah, and like,
I bet he's not happy that you're telling us this now.
no, he always, it's kind of a no fact.
Oh, really?
You know, we teased him about it, but you know, he's kind of over it now. He's used to being teased. But on the Paris video, which is coming out in a couple of weeks, there's a lot of shots of Fergal. He's singing the lyrics and stuff. He's a very passionate drummer. He's a musical drummer, you know.
I'd love to ask you lots more questions. We don't have any more time. I'm going to have to send you over to Georg to practice, because you're going to be playing a game against him. I think Gran Turismo. I'm going to cross my fingers, and thank you very, very much for being here.
Thanks.
Great to meet you. And come back again with all the guys.
Okay.
Okay.